everybody? We got Blake today in his 2018 BMW M4. Tell us a little bit about your car and the class you're running in.
Okay, so today I guess I'm running in limited class for time attack with turn 8. So this is my fourth year, I forget. However many years they've been doing it, I've been doing it, I'm pretty sure. So it's an M4. This is a non-comp M4. So it started out pretty stripper spec, if you will.
So the slow spec.
Yeah, slow spec. We could talk about that. Same motor, S55, but it's just basically the tune and the sway bars and suspension on a comp and the seats. It's really all that changes. And yeah, you don't need that when you're going to replace it all. So none of the fancy backup, indicators, none of the fancy stuff like that. So it's real stripper spec. We got the carbon cloth OG seats, but then I went ahead and upgraded to a Sparco Evo. This is a pretty decent seat. It's solid mounted. I do not have it on rails, so this thing is like, we're good there. We're
planted here, ready to go.
Planted. BAC Motorsports mounts. We got the Studio RSR cage in here, which is pretty nice. The only thing I have stripped out of the car right now is literally just the back seat. I could go fully gut the car. I could do a lot more to interior mods. I haven't done it. I could strip a lot of weight out of the car, but like I said, it's still nice to have like a kind of daily race car, I guess you would say. Over on the interior again, we have that beautiful M Performance steering wheel. I love this thing.
Oh, it tells
the shift lights, and tells you the oil temperature, your engine temperature, which is really nice because you don't usually get that with these cars. You're just kind of like guessing with a little line, which isn't great. It is a dual clutch. A lot of people might hate on that. I actually absolutely love the dual clutch in this car. It is really awesome. I think on an F8X chassis, the dual clutch is the way to go. Manual's cool, but dual clutch for racing is where it's at. Also, we got the nice magnetic flappy paddles, dude.
That sounds pretty
cool. We got the Garmin in here. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Upgraded stereo system for the race car. Tech, upgraded subwoofers as well, because that matters on a race car. Let's see, we got full coated front, so this has a Expel PPF on it. Yeah, whole front of the car and the fenders. Got the CSF charge cooler. Feeling a little warm right now after first session, but it gets coolant running through it to the front. This is called I forget what this is called.
Intercooler?
It's not an intercooler because it's water filled. It's a charge air cooler.
Motherfucking, down.
And then there's I forget. It's got a different name.
It cools the system.
It cools the system. It's like AC for that big charge cooler up there. But anyways, that is a coil rad up front there. Engine wise, we got some intakes from Turner. Nothing really fancy on the engine. It is also tuned by Tech, basically like a stage 1 tune, right around probably 500-ish wheel horsepower and around 560, 550 foot-pounds of torque. I'm not totally sure, haven't thrown it on the dyno, but it feels spicy, so that's good. MCS 2-way non-remotes on the front and rear. Ooh, true nice. Coilovers on the rear. Yeah, so I'm gonna be messing with these more this year. For the last 2 seasons I've had these coilovers and I haven't even touched the knobs. Not gonna lie, I haven't been clicking around because I've lost one of these. I lost the adjuster and I wasn't able to do clicky things. And then when I went and put my adjuster on, I found out the knobs were like way off. One side was like 14 compression, the other side was 8. So anyways, it's been messed up for a while.
They never come with the preset. You gotta set them yourself.
Well, I did, but at some point in time during alignments or something, it got spun. So yeah, check your knobs, twist your knobbies. What else do we got on here?
Your crank hub, because the last time you were competing, you had to compete on limp mode, and then you couldn't make it to last year's last round.
Correct. Yeah. So I spun the crank hub on the way to the track, not even at the track. Driving the car, it spun. got to the gas station, filled it up, turned the car back on. It turned over one extra crank and then gave me the beautiful BMW boo-doo, you know, noise you never want to hear. And then I'm scanning it on the way to the track, and I have intake and exhaust camshaft code, so I knew it was spun. However, I wanted points because it was the third event. I had first place, and then that third event I took fourth place. I was the slowest that day, but I still ran a 129 with no boost. Like in limp mode, which I thought was pretty sick. Like that was pretty cool.
Trooper.
Yeah, so I sent it that day just to get points on the board, but never hit the last one. So second place overall last year, but maybe first place again this year.
Coming back for the title?
We'll see.
Coming back for the title?
We'll see. Up front we have the forged VS5 RS Apex wheels, which are nice and dirty. 034 J-hook front caliper, 2-piece floating rotors. I said caliper, I'm wrong. That's the rotor is 034 Motorsports 2-piece. And then I have G-Lock R18 comp pads in the front and R12s in the rear. A little bit of more carbon stuff going on here. We obviously don't have the sunroof, so we got the carbon top going on there. Same thing with the wheels going on here. We got the 034s in the back, like I said, G-Lock R12s in the rear. This little piece of carbon to make it look nice that I definitely didn't hit on a piece of concrete. Don't look at that too deep. Yeah. Don't look too hard, don't look too hard. Got the big old wing on this thing. This is the World GT More wing. Pretty cool. It's trunk mounted to the trunk mount, so it's kind of chassis mounted. But
oh, this is a secret sauce.
Yeah,
right
if
here.
you see in here, it's drilled through, and it actually uses the GT4 mount. So these risers are actually in the same location as a GT4, or if you got like a GTS, you can replace this wing with that stock trunk from BMW and upgrade to this big boy. Last session I put it on full downforce because we need all the beans on the back. I don't know, just tried it because it was wet and thought maybe it would hook a little better. Not sure if that was good or bad. It's definitely understeering a lot in the front, so that could have been part of the problem. I think it's getting a little drier out, so we'll probably take some aero out of it. Yeah, exhaust is stock, downpipes stock. Sounds okay. I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I think you got
the main thing is go fast on these cars. Traction control fully off all the time, even in the rain. Full off, no MDM mode here. We got to put it down. My wet lap was a 133.7 on that first session in the wet. Decent, I don't know. Not the fastest lap. I think I was second fastest out there. This dude was a little faster. Man, he got a big wang on that thing too. He was a little faster on those tires over there, but we'll put it down next session and see what we can do.
Awesome, thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks. Wait, one more thing to balance out this big old wing on this thing. Front aero. Got to balance the aero on the car. So I do have, basically this is a CS lip. I went with this CS lip because it seemed to have more surface area and not as many openings as the BMW Performance one. And then this front lip right here, this is actually carbon composite. This is from Turner Motorsports. This is a, let's see if I get this right. I might say it wrong. It's an M2CP Motorsport front splitter,
Some
I guess.
aerospace engineer piece.
Something like that. It's hard to find. They have horrible
lead times.
SEO. No, this horrible SEO to find this.
Oh.
But yeah, Turner Motorsports. If you guys are looking for one of those.
And I remember one time you made your own and it kind of just ripped up.
Yeah, so I made an Alumilite one on East. First time I hit, like, I get around like 140, 145, I think, on the front straight. And that thing was working, and then it wasn't. It just folded and was flapping. And I got like a 157 lap time in with it flapping, and then I cut it off with the
Farmer's
Sawzall.
engineering.
Yeah, dude, just made it happen. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the full overview of the car.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait, one more thing. No,
One more thing. One more thing. Look at that banner right there. It's beautiful. Installed by me. House.